Okay, here's where I got to yesterday. When I took a look at it in the daylight, there was one little spot down here I wasn't happy with. It was just, yeah, we don't even get into the details. So I cleaned that up, got it smoothed in, just needs some primer. I don't have any more primer. But there's my first rub rail. Coming down the other side, nothing special to talk about on this one. You already seen what it looks like putting one on. No big deal. The only thing I want to point out is this corner detail right here. First thing I done was take my little Distin number 3, which I think this was my grandfather's. I took this little angle duplicator and just mucked it up to that side. Which that corner I just eyeballed it up and made the corner. So I duplicated it on this side. The first thing I done was scribe a line using this and just a sharp putty knife for a scratcher. Scratch that in, cut it off with the cutoff disc before there was anything in my way. That way the gear head doesn't interfere with any kind of junk. The next thing I done was I tacked on a piece right here to set that pocket exactly where that wanted to be. And then I broke that piece off. Okay, so then I laid out this whole side with this rail hanging over. And of course, I'm using this just as a ground. It was hanging out of the way. It was just really good. And then that scrap that I had broke off, I come back in with it, tack it in place, and now what I'm about to do is use my cutoff, which is over there. Use my cutoff wheel to come in. I am going to put the bevel that I want to weld into. So I'm gonna grind this one off straight down probably, and then this one here I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna leave a nice V pocket. It's gonna look like that, right? I'm gonna leave a nice pocket to put a nice clean fillet into. And then I can just grind all of that in, get a nice smooth contour like the other side. If anybody's going to judge your work, it's going to be standing around, leaning up against the truck bed, having a beer, shooting the bull with their hand on that corner. And if it feels sharp and ugly and crooked, you know what I mean? Not that I really care if anybody judges it, but it's going to be me with my hand on that truck bed, BS and telling stories all day. So I want it to feel pretty good back there. And I guess I'm going to do that right now. I got to hurry up and go over to a job down the road, meet the dump truck driver who's bringing like 4 or 5 loads of dirt today. I got to push out for a pad I'm working on. So let me get going here. All right, there it is. These pockets here are just built up with weld and ground in. I hardly ever use a flap wheel. I mean, I swear, 2 of them things will last me a couple years. I almost never use a flap wheel, but there's nothing that's better at smoothing out. I mean, you'll lose a flat contour in no time. If you need a real flat, crisp lines, then a flap wheel is the wrong tool. But if you want to merge and smooth, and you don't care if it gets a little ripple to it, you know, you can bang around pretty fast with one and smooth things out. I don't really care how it looks at all. I just don't want to put my hand there and have one little metal tear from the rough grinding wheel cut somebody's finger, because kids are going to be horsing around on it and all that stuff. You know how it is. So 2 rub rails knocked out. Next episode, I guess I need to start figuring out this headache rack and the uprights that are going to hold a winch, and then the wall right here, and then possibly screened in back window metal, which I don't even know if I have any, so I'll have to figure that part out. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time. God bless you and praise the Lord.